What is going on, guys? Marc Guberti here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to make an extra $100 a month on Medium. Medium is a place where you can write content on any topic, submit it, and you're able to get it published. It's just like having your own personal blog, but instead of paying for WordPress hosting and all these other expenses, you can create the content on Medium for free. Now, I do recommend having your own website where you are able to put content there as well, because having your own website as your home on the web, you get the most control over stuff that happens there. But Medium can present a pretty good stream of extra income, and you could get smart with how you utilize the content to further propel your earnings. So with Medium, the more articles you write, the better chance you have of earning an extra $100 a month on the platform. And it's important to write a lot of articles early on. The closer you can get to daily with this, the better. So one of the things I recommend is just pick 30 minutes a day where you're going to write around 1,000 words, and that can be your Medium article. If you feel like you want to go over that for an article because you want to cover even more details, then definitely go ahead and do that. But we are trying to get as close to daily content as possible. This isn't something you have to maintain forever, but if you do see a lot of potential with the Medium earnings, because some people make thousands of dollars each month on this platform, it may be worth it to make daily content the norm. So the reason we want to create a lot of content right away is not only does each extra piece of content help us earn a little bit more, but you will get a better idea of who your winners are. So for my Medium earnings in August, about 40% of the earnings come from just 2 articles that are both around stocks. And that's part of the reason why on Medium, I'm able to write more around that type of stuff. And by looking at the numbers, I get an idea of what ideas for articles should I be doing more of in the future. So the more articles you create, it's basically get as much data as possible while creating these income streams. To me, each article is an income stream. Some of them make less than $1 because that's just, if you don't get curated on Medium, it definitely gets a lot harder to get the visibility. But some of the articles can make you $10, $20, even $100 plus. Some people make thousands of dollars just from a single article. And you only reach that stage when you do create enough content on the platform. Now, with Medium and anything like YouTube, any place you create content, not all pieces of content are going to be equal. I mentioned already how 2 of my articles contribute to a big chunk of my earnings in August, and that's likely going to be the same for you. Now, one thing that has been true for both of these articles and the other articles that have been top earners for me is that they get curated. Getting Medium to curate your articles is vital, because that means you're going to get expanded distribution. They're going to make more of an effort to promote you on the Medium ecosystem. And that includes when people go on medium.com, and includes in their newsletter they send out to all of their subscribers. So Medium makes a bigger effort to promote your content if they decide to curate you. So it's not a matter of let's just throw a bunch of content and see what sticks. Each one has to be valuable. Each one has to provide that great experience. And if you're not sure what that is, I do recommend going on Medium and just browsing through the top articles that pop up when you type in a search term for your industry. So if you want to look up crafts and you want to look up something specific in that area, search that on Medium and see what the top articles are. Read through them, and a lot of them, they're very personal. They're very detailed. If you have one of these articles that just provides like 7 habits or 10 tips, it's very detailed, the analysis. So look at the articles that Medium is recommending, just so you have an idea of how you can structure your content so it does become curated. The only way to really increase your chances is to just write better content. And when you do write better content, Medium does a better job of not just promoting you on their platform, but it also gives you a better shot of getting into more publications, which is also vital. So the way publications work on Medium is they have their audiences, and it's kind of like Pinterest group boards for people who understand what those are. Pretty much they have an audience already, and you get your article published to that entire audience. So even if you have no followers on Medium and you're just getting started, you get on a publication that has 10,000 followers, and now your article gets pushed to 10,000 people. That doesn't mean 10,000 people are going to go to your Medium article right away, but it does mean you're going to get a lot more people to visit versus if you did not submit to that publication. You can use Google, just search on like 50 Medium publications around certain niche, and a few Medium publications will come up. It definitely varies based on the industry, but in my experience, the better the content that I produce and it gets curated by Medium, there are publications that have actually reached out to me, including Medium's very own Startup, which is the biggest publication, has over 600,000 followers. And anytime I get something in that publication, I immediately notice based on the stats that, oh, they published it at this moment. And I do see a big spike in views when that article gets published on a place like Medium's Startup publication. So the big thing with Medium, it rewards you for producing great content. You can speed up the process by growing an audience outside of Medium, directing people to Medium, but the majority of the revenue you make from Medium is going to be based on their paying members reading your articles, because that's the way Medium's able to pay people. The way Medium payments work is their $5 a month members read a certain number of articles, they clap a certain number of articles, they engage with a certain number of articles, and then they distribute all that amongst all their $5 a month members to you based on how much engagement your articles had with that core group. So it is great to bring extra traffic into Medium, but if you focus more on creating the type of content people want, and Medium curates and you get in publications, that gives you a much better chance at not just reaching a bigger audience, but also making more revenue from your articles. And we do also have a variety of ways we can use the Medium articles to expand our businesses. So for this YouTube channel, each video, it's a shot. It's you hope that the video gains traction. It's true for any YouTube creator. You create the video, you do some general research, and so it's not like it's a blind shot. You're definitely putting some time into it, but at the end of the day, I don't know if a video is going to gain traction or if it's not going to gain traction. So with Medium though, I could see which articles gained traction and which ones didn't. And since I barely promote my articles outside of Medium, it's how good is this idea at just spreading. So for the Medium articles that perform the best, that's going to be a future YouTube video. That's going to be a future podcast episode, because the idea in and of itself was able to spread on a platform with people on it. So now let's take that on YouTube or somewhere else, platform with people on it, and see how much it spreads. So you could use Medium as the testing grounds for content on other platforms, especially if you do get closer to daily content on Medium, because for something like YouTube, it definitely is a little more difficult to create the daily videos, edit, do research. But if you do the daily articles on Medium and you see which ones are gaining the most traction, then you can go on YouTube, create that video on that idea, and you know you have a better chance at winning on the algorithm with that video. Another way you can use your articles to go beyond just a few $100s a month you get from Medium, which again could be a lot higher. It is for some people. What you could also do is write the articles and turn them into a book later. So instead of just working on one book, one strategy is write a bunch of book outlines, know what topics you want to cover in each book, and then write out the articles. Make that part of your daily workload. So rather than just writing a bunch of Medium articles that aren't connected to the rest of your brand, you create Medium articles that you can reuse, copy paste in a book later. Some people, they will literally copy and paste blog posts into their book and call that their book. Other people, they may copy and paste a little bit of their original content into their book and then make some tweaks along the way. But if you are writing 1,000 words a day on Medium, we're talking about 30,000 extra words a month that if you create the book outlines in advance, you plan that out, you know what topics you want to cover in each of your different books, you can be working on multiple books at the same time by creating all of these different Medium articles and making a lot of progress on each book. So that instead of, again, just creating the articles based on a whim, based on what idea you come up with next, there is a theme here based on creating future products. You could even take this a step into the training course direction. So if an idea is really going like it's your best article on Medium by far, let's say it's going viral or something like that, it's getting a lot more views than what you would normally get, you could turn that into a training course. You could turn that into a service. So there's a lot of different options you have with Medium, and they are a platform that does pay its writers. You do get paid right away. So if you make, let's say, $1 in 1 month, you will get that dollar. It's not like you have to have some type of payment threshold to get the money that you made for that month. So there's nothing like that. It's a really great place for a lot of writers to consider. And if you are publishing a book, if you are working on one, why not take some time to write a Medium article that later forms part of your book's backbone? There are a lot of different ways to utilize Medium. And then as you look at your data, you look at all your articles, you can get to the point where Medium turns into a few hundred extra dollars a month, maybe even a few $1,000s a month, depending on how deep you go into that platform. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you subscribe for more like this. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.